everyone, what is up? Welcome back to All Things Lifestyle. I'm your host Tay, and I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you guys are healthy, and thank you so much for tuning back in for another week, for another episode. Okay, so let's just start off saying happy holidays and Merry Christmas. So this episode is going up the Thursday before Christmas. Christmas is on a Sunday this year. So yeah, Merry Christmas. I hope everyone's Christmas is fun, relaxing, full of love, full of life, and just getting full off of all the food and all the drinks, and just drink and be merry and be happy. I just wish that on all of my listeners, everyone listening out there. I hope you have a great holiday. And hopefully you can listen to this episode to maybe pass by some time. Like you're doing some last minute gift wrapping. You're doing some last minute putting up a little decoration. Doing some cooking. You prepping. Hopefully this episode will get you through it and you could be listening in the background. So today we're going to be talking about skincare. In my 20s, I have really got to know my skin more and got a hold of the acne and the breakouts and what to do when I do have those instances of acne and breakouts. I'm just going to give tips and I'm going to share my skincare routine and the products I use. So I have a Shop My account. So with that, I can just give you the direct links to the products that I talk about, and it'll be linked in the show notes and in the description box. Every time I listen to a podcast, I don't just click on the show notes, but I only click on the show notes if they say something like, oh, here's a link to this, there's a link to this. But if you don't know, on the show notes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, if you click, it's a description of the episode. So a description of my episode for the week, and then I have links in there, my Instagram is linked in there, my YouTube channel is linked in there, and I'm going to link my shop for products with the links that you can just click on, and you can just, if you want to check it out there, definitely do that. But yeah, I feel like show notes are very useful, especially if you want to get a feel of what the episode is going to be about, to see if you're going to be into the episode or not, just so you don't have to just blindly listen. Most at the beginning of my episodes, I tell you what the episode is going to be about, but sometimes if you just want to scroll and you're looking for something in particular, you can search it. And I think Spotify has that feature now where you can search certain words in the episode. It will come up on your favorite podcast that you follow. And the same with you're listening on YouTube, the description box is going to have my links as well, to my Instagram, which is Shaetae, SHAETAEE. Okay. To link to my Instagram and link to my shop. So check that out in the description box on YouTube, or the show notes if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get into skincare later on in the episode. So going into the intro, wanted to talk about the new Instagram update. So how do y'all feel about it? Okay, so comment if you're listening on YouTube, or go to YouTube and comment on this episode, on this video. Tell me how you feel about the Instagram notes and the Instagram updates, because I feel like it's confusing at first. Of course, when things are new, we're kind of closed off to it. We're oh, this is stupid. This is a waste of time. But then a day or two later, you're like, okay, it's actually all right. Because that's how it was at first. I was like, this is stupid. They're just always doing something. They're always changing stuff. This is just dumb. But I find myself actually using it. I put 2 notes up already. Just I feel like I would use it just for how I'm feeling that day. Or some of my favorite phrases, favorite quotes. I feel like I'm going to use it in that kind of way. I do feel like it is another way to get people in your DMs. I've seen people put their Cash App up there, depending on what you say on your note. And it's only so many characters. I think it's 60. So it's not you could write a whole book on there. It's just a short little note. It's a note for a reason. These social media sites, they know what they be doing. And they know we going to use it because, yeah. But yeah, it's definitely, I feel like it's another way for people to DM you, to shoot their shot and make conversation with you, bond over what you said. Oh, LOL, you're so funny. And even though people do that with stories, I feel like people do that with stories, what you post. LOL, you're so funny. This is funny. And starts a conversation. But I guess the notes is just another way for people to start conversations. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I mean, like I said, it's kind of distracting though a little bit, because when you're in the DMs, because it's in the DMs, and when you're in it, you're talking to other people in your DMs, and it's just up there. I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of distraction. Can I talk? It's kind of distracting, and it's getting like crowded. And I don't know if you guys feel like that too. Like, it's just too much. Like, you got the DMs, and then you got the little search bar, and then you got the notes, you got the bubbles of the stories at the top. I just feel like it's getting a little crowded, and Instagram is doing everything except fixing their algorithm. Because I've had something, it is December 22nd, I'm recording this on the day. December 22nd, I had something come up on my timeline from like November 30th or something like that. And I'm just sitting here like, why is that coming up? Because it's almost a month later. So Instagram, they're doing everything but fixing their algorithm, and we want the chronological order back. I feel like I'm speaking this for everybody. We want chronological order back. They do have the feature to where you can put it in there, but it's like, why can't it just automatically come on there? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They need to fix that. But the notes, I don't dislike it and I don't love it. It's decent. It's just there. I use it. I've used it like 2 or 3 times already. Yeah, it's just there. Something else for us to do on social media. So I mentioned over the past couple episodes, I've been watching the vlogmas videos from the YouTubers and all that stuff, right? The bigger YouTubers, the followers, the subscribers, they can be very mean and not giving the YouTubers grace. So, for example, the girl Aaliyah's Face, she started doing vlogmas or whatever. She did like 10 or 11 days, and she missed like 5 or 6 days or whatever. Because with vlogmas, they upload a video every day. And some of the people, they're like, hey, you submitted this vlog, and this was a here damn vlog. Because now usually her weekly vlogs are like an hour. But you vlogging every day, you're not going to have an hour a day. You're going to have like maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And sometimes she was making them 20 minutes. Like, she was making them as long as she could. But the one girl, I've seen this on Twitter. She was like, yeah, because you put out a 7-minute vlog. This was like a hair damn vlog. Because she did her makeup on the plane. Like in the vlog, follow me around. She doing her makeup on the plane, get ready in the airport bathroom. And it was real relatable, because that's how it is. When you going somewhere and you got somewhere to go as soon as you land, you got to get ready in the airport sometimes or on the plane. But yeah, like imagine recording yourself doing your makeup and doing all of this. Like, and she had to edit it and uploaded it. That stuff takes work. I feel like people who don't do all the things, like create any kind of content, they don't know how it is. Like editing, that stuff takes time. And I know it's like a slap in the face for her to be doing all this work. And then people are like, oh yeah, because you didn't even finish Vlogmas and you just put out a 7-minute vlog, like trashing her about the 7-minute vlog. I feel like people who don't create the content, it's easier for them to criticize when you really don't know all the hard work that goes into, especially editing. Like editing, that takes a lot. People are so accessible because of social media, so people feel like they could say anything and do anything. It's just like, okay, like calm down, Okay, next thing I wanted to talk about for the intro. I feel like I've been talking about Sephora a lot lately, but they're having another sale. So this sale actually started last week. I don't know why I didn't even pay attention to it, but it ends in 2 days. So it's Thursday, as you're listening to this. It ends on Saturday, Christmas Eve. They have a 20% off any full-size perfume discount, but you have to be a insider member. So you have to be like a insider, a VIB or a VIB Rouge or whatever. So you have to sign up to be a part of that program. But I mean, it takes 2 seconds. It don't take long. And yeah, sign up and get 20% off a perfume. Listen, a perfume is essential. A good perfume, and then 20% off, because these perfumes be over $100. The high-end perfumes is what I'm saying. Most of them are over $100, and getting 20% off, it's not a bad deal. So yeah, go ahead and get you a perfume from Sephora. Get a little gift for yourself or a gift for somebody else. I need to get mine because I've been meaning to get it all week, but it's just been slipping my mind. But the perfume I'm going to get is the Chloe Nomad perfume. That perfume smells so good. I used it all summer. More so of like a nighttime scent over the summertime. Well, I guess I use it during the day too. And I am that girl that has summertime, spring and summer perfumes, and then winter and fall perfumes. I am that girl. And since it's 20% off, I'm gonna get like a little bit of a bigger bottle. Instead of getting like the 1 ounce, I might get like, 1.7 or 2, whatever the next size is. I'll get that one since it's 20% off and it's Christmas and I'm treating myself. It was just my birthday. Yeah, it's just gifting to myself. I'm like giving myself a gift, okay? An excuse to spend money on myself, which we always love that. Now let's get into the affirmation. The affirmation this week is, I will make the rest of this year great. I will make the rest of this year great. We literally only have 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks of 2022. If this year has not been your year and you feel like everything has gone wrong, make this last week and a half, make it great by doing something, whether it's something you enjoy, doing something for yourself, doing something for others. Do something that makes yourself feel good, to make you feel like, okay, I can end this year on a positive note. And I know I talked about it like last week and the week before, but I feel like it's very crucial to end this year and go into the new year positive, because it's like going into the new year is literally like just going into another day. It's not, you have the partying or whatever, the cheers and New Year's kiss and all that stuff. The clock strikes 12 just like the next day, but you want to feel good going into that next day, knowing it's January 1st, new start, a whole new year. It's just something about a whole new year. I feel like in a lot of our minds, we're thinking about, oh yeah, new year, new year, new year. But let's just finish off this last year as strong as possible. That's the affirmation for this week. Now for the tune in with Tay. I have 2 Christmas movies. The first one is The Perfect Holiday, and the second one is Almost Christmas. And there's a trend with these 2 movies because Gabrielle Union is in both these movies. I love Gabrielle Union. She is easily one of my top 5 favorite actresses. I love her. I just love her acting. But The Perfect Holiday, if you haven't seen it, she's the main character. Morris Chestnut's second main character. Cat Williams is in it. What is his name? Charlie Murphy? Yeah, Charlie Murphy is in it. Faison Love is in it. Terrence Howard is in it. Queen Latifah's in it. I forgot she was in it. Yes, it's such a cute holiday movie. It's definitely a feel-good Christmas movie. It's so cute. Almost Christmas. I'm not going to say it's giving this Christmas vibes, because I don't feel like a movie could top this Christmas. But it's kind of like that same vibe. Like all the family comes home, get together, do stuff. A feel-good movie. So those are definitely 2 good movies I watch every year. So let's go ahead and get into the skincare of it all. So like I said, today I'm going to be talking about some skincare and giving some skincare tips. And all of these things I'm naming is just with experience. Things that I've tried, trial and error, things that I have tried. I said error. Things that I have tried that have worked for me. And like I said, my skin type, I have like acne prone skin mostly. Some parts of my face is oily, some parts of my face are dry, but my face has kind of been on the oily side mostly, which is different because I've always had dry skin. But it's getting more oily, but I have acne prone skin too. So one thing that has helped me with my acne in particular is African black soap. Now, you have to be careful with African black soap because it can dry your skin out really, really bad. So what I would do is I would use it maybe like once or twice a week. I didn't use it no more than like 4 days a week because it's so drying to your skin, but I used it to treat my acne. You know what I'm saying? So like, even I haven't used it in probably over a year now, and I do have acne. That's something I haven't tried again. So I'm going to take my own advice right now. Take my own tip and reincorporate that into my routine, because it definitely helps with acne prone skin and just clearing up some bumps that you have. Another thing too is like, okay, say you're having some random breakouts. Being in a new environment definitely contributes to that. And like I've mentioned before, I think I mentioned this like a month ago on an episode, I'm in a new environment and my skin has just been going crazy. So I'm trying to find a balance and trying to get my skin to be back normal and at bay, because it's just triggering so many breakouts and it's annoying. So I'm definitely going to try that African black soap. And then using purified water, that is a thing too, because the faucet water is so harsh. It could be very harsh on your skin. I'm using like an actual purified jug of water, like for my face. I don't use the regular faucet water because it's too harsh. That's definitely what I've been doing, and I highly recommend. They have the little attachments that you could attach to your faucet, and I think they have them on Amazon. Go ahead and get it. Like, it literally, using purified water is like a game changer for your skincare routine, for sure. And don't be scared to go to a dermatologist. I feel like a lot of people, especially now, like YouTube University, and not gonna lie, I did get a lot of skincare tips and everything from YouTube, for sure. Like, a lot of products I use, skincare tips, definitely, because there's so much information. But I feel like still going to a doctor, that's just like, you can't really diagnose yourself by going on WebMD. You still have to go to a doctor just to see what's going on. And I feel the same way about your skin. I feel like even though you can use all these products, you might have a method, still go to a dermatologist to see what they recommend, to see what they see, because they're professionally medically trained to look at, skin and things like that. So they could see stuff that you might not even know, that you might not have even came across on the internet. And another thing too, I feel like is important as melanated people, go to a Black dermatologist. Like, they know our skin. So for the melanin crew, go to a doctor of color. I mean, that's something I highly recommend, because that definitely has helped me. The dermatologist I went to happened to be Black, and I didn't even think about it until after I went. And I was watching a YouTube video, and they're like, it's important, for melanated skin, you want to go to a person that's of color. So I didn't even realize, but it's definitely helpful. Having a morning or night routine for your skin is very crucial. One thing about me, I'm pretty sure y'all have realized this, it's been almost a year on this podcast, I love a routine. I'm such a planner, a routine girl. I need to know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, what's going on. That's just how I am. I've been like that. I've gotten like that more so in the past couple of years. So yeah, having a morning routine and a night routine, something consistent on a regular basis, it'll be in the flow of the routine. So I'm going to go ahead and go over my skincare routine is what I do. Now, I do this morning and night. So of course, wash my face with a cleanser and everything. I'm not going to really go into the products too much of it all, because I feel like I've mentioned these products before on my Sephora haul. That is what I am currently using. And I'm going to have the link to the products I use in the show notes and in the description box, so you guys can go look at that if you're interested in trying out the products that's in there. But yeah, so I wash my face with a cleanser, and then I use a toner. And for the longest, I wasn't using a toner. And I do suffer from hyperpigmentation, and a toner can definitely help with that. Dark spots on your face, definitely help with that. And then I use a serum. So I go in with my serum, and then I go in with a SPF. Well, no, I use my eye cream. I do my serum and then my eye cream. And for the longest too, I wasn't using an eye cream. Just incorporated an eye cream recently. And I can't sit here and say like an eye cream will literally change your life. I feel like an eye cream is one of those things that you'll see the progress as years go by. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you're never too young to prevent things. Like, and I think I talked about this, like, you're never too young to start using anti-aging products. Because some people in their 20s, they're like, oh, I don't need anti-aging because I'm not 50. You want to use those products now, so when you get to 50, you can look like you're 30. Okay? So it's never too early to use anti-aging products. I used to think like that. I used to be like, well, I don't need anti-aging. I'm only 20, however I was, 22, 23. And it's like, you're never too young. It's never too young to prevent. It's never too young to prevent it. So yeah, serum, eye cream, and then I'll go in with my SPF and my moisturizer. So SPF, I feel like skin cancer is real, and SPF, it prevents, skin cancer, early onset, like of wrinkles and fine lines. And that helps with hyperpigmentation too, like I said, and premature aging. It's all about the aging. That's all the sun does, is ages you. It really does. The outside world, it ages you. So all the sun, the UV rays and all that stuff, it just ages you. And I feel like these products would just help with that process. What what else? So yeah, that's my skincare routine. And like I said, I do that morning and night. And I do use a face mask. I use a clay mask and a sheet mask about 2-3 days a week, just to, especially if I have breakouts. I like to do clay masks to dry out those breakouts and stuff like that. Do your research on products too. So say there's a product you want to try, research it, look at reviews. There's always people saying, oh, this did my skin like this, blah, blah, blah. And that's another thing too, when you go see a dermatologist, see what they recommend. See what the dermatologist recommends for you, because they can have, okay, we could recommend this system for you, or they can maybe prescribe you something. They could prescribe you a face cream, something to help with your acne. A couple more, do some at-home facials and exfoliate weekly. Now, at-home facials are just life-changing. Now, going to the spa to get facials, it could be pricey, but I feel like doing an at-home facial is essential, because you can get you a facial steamer. Get you a facial steamer. If you do not have a facial steamer, get one. Get a facial steamer once a week. Do an at-home facial. It's going to change your whole life. Your skin is going to be so soft. You just feel you're going to have a new layer of skin. That's how a facial steamer makes you feel. And I know we all hear this, but what we put into our bodies reflects on what comes out. So if you are constantly eating junk and all of that stuff, it's going to reflect on your face. And coming from me, because when I know I have a week of eating bad, a week or two of eating terribly, I'm not drinking as much water as I should be. I'm not getting the greens and stuff. It shows on my face. That brings me to the other two tips: drinking a lot of water and eating a lot of greens and superfoods. That will make your skin glow like no other. Literally, people are like, oh, you've been drinking your water. Your skin is glowing. Drinking tea helps too, because the herbs and the tea and, just water, that helps too. And for greens, green juices have helped me a lot, because I'm that person. I'd be so embarrassed to say this, but I'm like, I don't eat a lot of vegetables. I just don't. I stick to probably 2 or 3: asparagus, broccoli, maybe Brussels sprouts. I just be wanting to get my full serving of veggies on a daily basis. So green juices definitely help me. And I know when I'm drinking my green juices 5 to 6 days a week, my skin, it reflects. It reflects so bad. So literally what you put in your body is going to be reflecting on what you see on the outside. Okay, so last but not least, on my list, I have, you do not need a super expensive or extensive routine. So I just named out my routine. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 steps on my routine. You do not even need 6 steps. You just need a moisturizer. I'm sorry from the beginning. A cleanser and a moisturizer. And sometimes you could break it up. You could do a shorter. You don't have to do the whole 6 steps, or not you, but me. So I don't have to do 6 steps morning and night. I could just maybe do 3 steps during the day, and then at night do my extensive. Because I feel like at nighttime, that's when those products are really working. At nighttime, when you're asleep, that's when everything is working. That's when you put your stuff in your hair, your skincare on, you moisturize your body. Everything's happening at night. Everything's working. But you do not need a super extensive or expensive routine. Now, I'm a high-low kind of girl. I have high-end products, but then I have my affordable products too. So on my whole routine, my serum is expensive and my eye cream is expensive. But everything else are regular price, from Target, from the drugstore. And I feel like that's important, because I feel like a lot of people think too, oh, I need a super expensive routine. No, you don't. You don't need super expensive products. Even the dermatologists say that. You do not need expensive products to work. Because 9 times out of 10, you're paying for the brand and you're paying for the packaging. And sometimes the packaging isn't even all that great for the price. So yeah, you do not need a expensive or extensive long routine. A super short routine, 2-3 steps. And even my 6-step routine, I don't even feel like it's long, because I feel like people have 10 steps. I just won't get on that wave. But one thing I did want to mention, retinol. So I've never used a retinol. This is one thing I haven't used. and I did want to start incorporating it into my routine. I just want to really research and find the right one. And I feel like this is something I'm going to talk to my dermatologist about too, because retinol is very it could be very sensitive. It makes your skin very sensitive. And depending on your skin type, it could react a certain way. So yeah, I definitely want to incorporate a retinol into my routine. It just helps with that aging and preventing anti-aging and stuff like that. Like I said, you're never too young to prevent the wrinkles and the fine lines and all that stuff. You're never too young for that. Girl, please, never too young. Okay, so I'm at the end of the episode now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was informative to you, because I look up stuff like this all the time, like things that I can do to change my skin, just some new routines, new products, just something I can incorporate something different into my daily routine. So hopefully this helped you. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I enjoy talking about this. This is my MO. I love talking about stuff like this. Skincare, hair care, hygiene, body care. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.